Welcome back to Let's Talk Business. I'm your host, James Price. And today we talk about all things resilience, persistence, and daring to dream in business and in life. And my guest is Pele Salusi.
Hey,
Bro,
brother.
thank you for joining us.
Thank you
on
for
Let's
having
Talk
me.
Business.
Appreciate you, man.
Now, tell me about you. You're a lad of Western Sydney, right?
Yep.
But you're also a person with special abilities. You've lost a limb.
Yep.
And I'm really interested to hear your journey because it's one that absolutely inspires me, man. So where did it all start?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, first and foremost. I'm born in New Zealand. I'm raised in Australia, Sydney. This is home for me. Raised around the Liverpool area till I was about 13. To a lot of primary schools. And I just never fit in, to be honest. Like, I was always growing up around other nashos.
Yeah.
And there was just I think a culture difference.
Yeah.
And situation difference. We were very poor growing up, so we're getting evicted from like 6 houses. You know what I mean? 6 different schools.
So it was tough.
Yeah, it was like staying in hotels, trailer parks and stuff. And then when I got to I think 13, 14, like year 7,
Yeah.
I moved in. My dad got custody, so I moved to Mount Druitt.
Yeah, right.
Home sweet home.
Home sweet home. And
Yep.
things looked up from there,
Yeah,
right?
I'm the owner.
Yeah, you like Mountie though, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, what was it? Was it community?
The community is so strong.
Yeah.
And it's so mixed because everyone's in this situation. Everyone relates. You know, it's not a weird thing to say I can't afford this.
So it doesn't judge one another as much.
Yeah, no.
Do you feel?
No, we all relate by situation.
Yeah.
We grew up with the Coories,
Yeah.
the Aussies, few Lebos here and there. When I grew up in Liverpool and that, I just felt like I was the only poor kid.
Yeah.
No lunch, bro. Wearing sandals to school. Bro, it was straight fug life, bro. Like wearing sandals, everyone's got mad, shoes on and that, and then like different uniforms. I used to wear, any shirt I wanted to school because we just didn't have the school shirts. And actually, a quick story. When I was in 4W at Liverpool West Primary School, Mr. Weber, I was wearing like a yellow button-up shirt, like a church shirt. But our uniform is white polos, and I'm full playing footy, and my shirt's all dirty. And then one day he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna send someone a message." Put my hand up. He's like, "Yeah, you take it to the office." I'm just walking to the principal, and I'm like full happy.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, "Let me just read the note," and it was like, "Can you give our dear friend a school T-shirt?" You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, bro, this is embarrassing." I was like, "Bro, this is so shameful," but at the same time, like I never forget that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like makes you want to do that stuff if the opportunity presents itself. And I went to Bidwell High School.
Yeah,
chiefly.
Bidwell.
I walked in, there was just islanders everywhere, and I was like, "What is this, bro? Like, this is home, right?" And then, like, even just being poor, everyone was poor. Mostly everyone was in the same situation. Whereas in the other place, I feel like the hierarchy was so, you know what I mean? Just like I was down here, and everyone was just up there, kind of thing.
Yeah. So it must have been refreshing, right? As
it
a
was
young
the best.
guy.
I come here, just always struggling, and I couldn't afford things, but you try and hide it all the time.
Yeah.
When I came to Bidwell, I remember the first week I was there, the teacher was saying to someone like, "Well, why are you wearing that jumper? That's not our school uniform." And he just stood up and he goes, "I can't afford a jumper. What am I going to do about it?" And I was like, "What the, like, how does this guy not even embarrass?" You know what I mean?
But that's kind of refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I was like, "Bro, that's cool. Like, he's not even scared or shamed. That's just the situation everyone was in. So it wasn't out of the ordinary."
So even though people were being vulnerable in terms of their situation, there was an acceptance.
Yeah, 100%. It wasn't a thing where people were like, you know what I mean? Because everyone was just, majority of the people, just going through it.
And fast forward to today, get me through that. Like you're now an amputee, right? From that Bidwell situation, how did that happen, and how did you deal with that?
Yeah, so after Bidwell, I went to Hill Sports. I was a footy player.
So you're a bit of an athlete.
I was a lazy athlete.
Very
I
modest,
was like, I could have
very
been
modest athlete, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I was, I started playing footy at 13, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, Mitchelbury Jets, played for Windsor,
Shout out to
St.
Mitchelbury
Dom's.
Jets. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to them. And then, went to Hill Sports High. Very, very good school. I think our school won a Rival Life Cup, like best in Australia, my age, and then the year older above me.
Yeah.
But just like that, I missed out on so much. I didn't play because I was not going to school. My head was just, in things that weren't important. Um, and then I finished school. I played Roosters, Haramat, development,
Yeah.
so 16, 17. Then I played North Sydney Bears a little bit when I was 18.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I just had a bad attitude towards it.
Why was that, do you think? If you reflect back on it.
I don't think I understood the magnitude of my choices I was making.
Yeah.
Because I was making everything off their natural ability.
Yeah.
Because I've always had a big heart on the field. So I was front row and I was very small.
Yeah, really.
But I'll run like I'm doing a 100-meter sprint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would get me in places where I didn't earn. So I was
Because you had that natural physical ability.
Yeah, just because I had natural talent.
Yeah.
So that's how I made the Roosters. My friend was like, "Oh, there's an open trial for Haramat," and I was just like, "Can I come with you?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, sleep at my house. We'll go trial." Making the team. There's no training. There's no hard work. There's no blood, sweat, and tears.
You had the natural ability. Right?
Yeah. So it's a good thing, but without the hard work, it will always cripple you.
Yeah.
You don't understand, how important those things are. You have a loose grip on these kind of things. It's all good.
But that's really interesting, right? So no matter how much ability, without the hard work, it will always cripple you.
Yeah. Make you spoiled. You didn't sweat for that.
Wow. But you focus on that, and then tell me about what it's like now.
Yeah.
That you have a special ability, but it means you've got to approach things in a different way.
Yeah. So I graduated high school. I took a year of just working, and I was just like, you know what, next year I'm gonna give it a proper crack. Like I've been lazy my whole life. Like I'm gonna have a proper dig. And this is why it's so important. Teachers used to come to me. It's like, Pele, you're ruining your plan B. You gotta come to school. And I just like laughed him out the room. Like, you gotta have a plan B. Like, what if you get injured? And I was just like, I won't get injured. Like, I'm fine. You know what I mean?
So you were bulletproof, right?
Yeah, I was just that young mindset.
Yeah,
which is like,
yeah.
I'm not even really training and I'm making the teams. Like, I'll be fine if I actually put my foot down. So, yeah, I finished school 18, 19, I just worked.
Yeah.
And then I just turned, I think 20 maybe, 18 or 19, 20. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to have a proper crack. And then I literally just got diagnosed with bone cancer. And then I was just like, oh, I don't even know what to do now.
Really?
Yeah, because
at 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, because I got, I had a lot of pain in my knee, but at the time I was obviously active. I was scaffing.
Yeah.
I think 12-hour days scaffolding.
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm just like, oh, it's probably from touch or
just overwork. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it just got to a point where I could barely walk. But obviously, I'm 20. In my head, the way men think, it's like, just shut up and go to work. Why are you complaining, bro? Like,
Keep going,
you didn't listen in school.
Yeah.
Go to work. Stop complaining about it. And then I just kind of had that mindset.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I couldn't even walk. I couldn't sleep.
Wow.
And I went to the doctors and they sent me for x-rays. And I know this is a common thing with men.
Yeah.
That kind of macho, shrug it off kind of thing. I went and took my x-rays to my doctor and he's like, they think you might have a tumor. Like, you might have to get an MRI scan.
Yeah.
At the time, I was just like, okay, like, I got to work. And I went back to work for another, 4 to 6 weeks or something.
Really?
Yeah, until it was unbearable. And then I went straight to the hospital because I just couldn't handle the pain.
Yeah.
And they done the MRI scan at Mount Druitt. And then the nurse came running and kind of just told me, you have cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to go see this specialist, this and that. So,
yeah. So you waited 4 to 6 weeks and went back to work. Was that because it was like, I don't want to believe what I'm hearing?
I think it's just, I don't know if I can speak for a lot of men or just myself.
Yeah.
just the point of like, we don't have time for that. Like, you got to go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
I just kind of brushed it off like, I'll sort it out later.
yeah.
But at the same time, education-wise, I didn't understand what a tumor was. You know what I mean? It wasn't really speaking my language, so I didn't understand like the
Yeah,
weight of
no.
the situation.
So diagnosed with a tumor, bone cancer.
Yeah, osteosarcoma.
What sort of process did you?
So I went and seen the specialist the next day. I went in for a biopsy that week just to double check.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it looks like a tumor, could be something else.
Yeah.
Then we done the biopsy, got the results. They said it's a tumor, and I started chemotherapy the next week. We done 4 months of chemo. Then had a full knee replacement to cut all the bone out.
Right.
The tumor was in the knee, but they cut out like from here to here, full knee replacement just to be safe.
Wow.
And then we had another 4 months of chemo.
Yeah.
Then I was cleared, but and I went straight back to work. I started working at a bank, Commonwealth Bank at Parramatta.
Right.
But because chemotherapy attacks the good and the bad cells,
Yeah.
I kind of had no immune system, a very weak one.
Yes.
And I'm catching tuberculosis and staph infections at the same time. Yeah, so like I was going to work. It was such a struggle. And I would go to work and I would have to put my lunch and my short break together.
Yeah.
And then I would take off to the tuberculosis clinic in Parramatta.
Yes.
And I would walk with my crutches. Mind you, my legs was in a brace for like 4 years.
Yeah. Right.
Just from all the surgeries. And I would like crutch it all the way to the clinic, come back to work and like just make it where I have to get back to work. I'd done that for a while, and to the point where I just kept getting sick.
Yeah. So there was a sickness from these infections, and it was hard to get rid of.
Yeah,
Right.
so the cancer went, but then the
Secondary infections and what have you took
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, so I always had like pick lines in my arms.
How was your mind at this stage? Was there still that bulletproof view, or were you really were you struggling, like, because you must have been thinking, well, damn, I was a healthy lad on a footy field,
Yeah,
and now this is where I am, right?
yeah,
Was that starting to play with you?
yeah. I feel like I was doing pretty well, but I feel like subconsciously I didn't really accept what was going on,
Yeah.
because when I got diagnosed, I gave my life to Christ. I accepted Christ, my Lord and Savior. I'll do whatever you want. I'm fine whether I go or stay. I
Yeah.
just want to be, I just want to follow Christ. And then that was growing, but at the same time, I don't think I fully sat down and let go of the past identity. Because the biggest thing that I find one of the biggest things with meeting people with disabilities is that acceptance in regards to letting go to what was and to adapting and moving forward to what is or what could be.
Yeah.
And it kind of kept me in a place where I was struggling on my walk spiritually, but physically, I just kept turning to alcohol and hanging out with the boys, and it's very unhealthy. I just couldn't accept, like, because I'm a footy star, I'm healthy, I'm running around, not a footy star, but like an athlete.
But a serious athlete you
Yeah.
were, with a lot of potential, and you were delivering it on the field, and then suddenly that was cut short.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but rather than fully dealing with that, the alcohol and mucking around and avoidance, took over by the sound of it to a degree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly, because I didn't have other Christians around me as well.
Yeah.
I was kind of one out, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing, you know what I mean?
So how did that faith part of your journey come to be? Why did you see Christianity as a support or a savior in that
Yeah.
situation?
One of the easiest ways I can put it is, if me and you were to go train and do a very hard training session.
Yeah, I've trained with
You
you.
would-
You're a donor.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry. It's easy. Go,
Yeah,
yeah, if we were to go train.
you would naturally seek water. You wouldn't say, I need Coke. Your body will know what you want. Your mind, everything. You would crave what your body needs.
Yes.
And I feel like the hard times revealed that I need Jesus.
Yeah.
because I was living a very stupid life, doing a lot of stupid things. And then once I got sick, I feel like Christ just showed me, like, this is who you are without me. You have nothing. All these things through the whole process, the friends fell off. And it's kind of this naked experience where it's like, this is who I am without Jesus. And I was like, I don't want to live like that.
Yeah.
I want purpose. And ever since then, it's been a real rocky journey, but it's been the most important decision I ever made.
So, in a sense, this is how I take that a little bit. It's almost a total rebuild of Pele.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if it was if it was a race car going in for a major overhaul, you were completely stripped away.
Yeah.
And stripped down to nothing in terms of the naked sort of analogy you use. And then, you've kind of morphed through that.
Yeah.
To have a different identity. Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. So once that foundation is changed, it's not on self.
Yeah.
It's on something greater. The whole standard to life has changed.
But when did you really start to get to know yourself?
I think the whole thing, there's so many times I was at the hospital by myself and just, you know what I mean? Just looking at the ceiling and so many things I got to think about.
Yeah.
I didn't fully get over a lot of stuff. Obviously, I just still struggled with, I think, accountability, acceptance, but a lot of things, just knowing, seeing myself for, who I really was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a person who made excuses, loved the shortcuts.
Yeah.
Overindulge in whatever I wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have a lot of resentment over that period, do you think? About your situation?
No, not really. I used to walk in the chemotherapy clinics. Everyone would be like 60, 70. And everyone would always look at me like, what are you doing here? Mind you, I'm 20, I'm fairly fit. And it was very hard to walk into that just from visually seeing the difference on, man, these guys got to live. Like, you know what I mean? Now that they're going through this stuff, and it's like, man, I'm 20.
Yeah.
And then I had resentment at that time. And then one time I walked in, and there was like a 10-year-old little girl in there, hair gone and everything. And I was just like,
wow.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh, wow, shame on me. Be grateful, whatever's happening.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bringing tears to my eyes, right? Because like it takes quite a lot of maturity in oneself to have that perspective, right? Because, hey, you're basically saying, well, there's people that are less well off than me.
100%, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Hair's gone. And then one night, doing chemo, sometimes I would do chemo from like 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I think. And then I would have to stay for 2 days in the hospital.
Yeah. And
then there was this one time I stayed and I was just by myself, like, oh, man, this sucks a bit, eh? And then all night there was just crying nonstop. And like loud, like wailing crying.
Yeah.
And the nurses would keep coming, like, oh, I'm sorry about the noise. What about the noise? Like, she's like one of the, I think she was like 17 or something, just passed away from her treatment.
Really?
Yeah, didn't end up making it. Like, puts everything into perspective.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, just like, life could be 100 different ways. Just be grateful it's going the way it's going for me.
Were you always a guy with a positive attitude? Did you always look at a glass half full rather than empty?
Yeah, I was always like that.
Where did you get that from?
Probably coming from a broken home.
Yes.
A lot of the times, me and my brother were kind of raised to take care of ourselves, cook for ourselves.
Yes.
When I was like 8, we're cooking our own food, hanging out by ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm the type, we would be hungry and they would say if there's only noodles. I would be holding my noodles like, look at my burger, lad. Like, gee, you haven't seen this kind of burger, lad? And my brother would be laughing like, bro, get out of here. You know what I mean? My brother's, obviously, he's the oldest, so his mind isn't as, I got to watch out for the siblings, you know what I mean? I can't be mucking around with this peanut head. talking about look at my burger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've always been like, in the simplest way of putting it, that's how I've always been.
That's beautiful though, eh?
Yeah.
That's helped a lot, has it not, through this
100%.
journey?
100%.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's life and then there's the way we see it.
Yeah, but were there times in that journey today, through to today, where that was most challenged to the point where, you know, Pele had to really review whether he still had that burger mentality?
Yeah, I think recently as well.
Yes.
I just went through a few personal things
Yes.
where, because when I was in the hospital, I had that mindset, but it like 10x when I was in the hospital because of the drive to, I can't wait to get out.
Yeah.
Mother, watch me, it's over when I get out. And then, and we have this saying, dream like a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I found back in the hospital. And when we grow up, you ask a kid, what do you want to be? I want to be an astronaut. But then as time goes up, the world would start suffocating those dreams, crippling everyone. And then they're just in a order of, no, that's too risky, or this, I don't want to do that because of this.
Yeah.
But mine was going the opposite way. It was getting more delusional. Just like, bro, I'm going for it. I don't care. Like, I don't want to go back to the hospital, bro. If I go back, I want to make sure the tank's on empty.
So you got to dream out rather than
it
close
got bigger.
down.
And then I just went through a few things where it just really crushed me, and I feel like I was losing that kid in me to dream freely without consequence, without ceilings. And I probably recently now just started getting back into everything. Started there to adapt. Even doing this, I used to do podcasting, clothing, and all that stuff. I just went through a few things, where it kind of just knocked me off the horse for probably 2 years.
And that's hard, right? Because were there situations where you felt, well, I don't know whether I want to get back on the horse. It's hurting me too much.
Yeah,
I'm sick 100%. Of it.
I was like, bro, I want to cook the horse, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, bro, I had enough, man.
Watch out for these Tongans that are in the room. they might have a snack with you. Hey?
100%. Yeah. No, it just came to a place where I just really, really just needed time with God, time with my family, stopped everything, quit my job. I just needed really like a lot of space to just to sit and be present in what I was going through.
So was that about taking things slowly?
Because I had this, it's weird. It's like you get fractured into a few different fragments.
Yeah.
And one of them is just like the dreams that like are just uncontrollable. Like, you know what I mean? In a good way.
Yeah.
Where you have no fear of failure or anything like that.
Yeah.
But then there's the other side who's, you know what I mean? Thinking, nah, you're done. It's over. Like, you know what I mean? Too much time has passed. And then there's the other part that's, you know, lazy, so used to living in the hospital bed or home rest, bed rest.
Yeah.
And it was just hard to kind of piece that all together and make it work for me.
There's a lot of mixed emotions there, right? And, and a lot of vulnerabilities and sort of challenges. And I guess, I mean, this is me trying to interpret it, but the mismatch between kind of ambition, expectation, and what is reality.
And
what is reality? I mean, I don't know. Did you ever think that you would have that device on one leg and be doing the sort of exercise and activity that you're doing today?
Never. The first time I tried this on, I was like, bro, it's over, lad. I could not walk at all. They're like, just walk.
So when was that, Pele? When was the first time?
So I had that 4 years of just being in and out of hospital.
Yes.
Staph infections just kept coming back. And then the medication was just destroying the liver, kidney, my eyesight. I have keratoconus.
Yes.
So I had 2 cornea transplants because I was going blind. And I just was going into, I think, an x-ray. And the guy in the x-ray was like, what's your situation? I said, I'm on PICC line for medication the past year and a half or whatever. Yeah, I'm on tuberculosis. Mind you, tuberculosis in the start was 19 pills at once. And then, you got the PICC line in. So obviously your body is just under so much medication.
Yeah.
And the guy in the X-ray was like, my dad had the same thing. Like, no way, what happened? He's like, he passed away. He's like, yeah, kidney failure. The medication ended up killing him, going into liver failure, kidney failure.
How did that make you feel?
I was just like, he's like, my advice, cut your leg off.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like, and I'm not even.
So that was his advice.
Yeah, he's like, if your leg goes, your health comes back. If it stays and you hold on to the leg, it extends the period of medication you're going to be on.
Wow.
Because that's what the issue was, the leg itself, because all the metal.
Yeah.
So once he said that, I feel like it planted a seed. And then I think it took me maybe another 2 months. And I just told my surgeon. I went back to hospital again. It was like every 2 months going back for washouts, surgeries. And when he told me that, I just came to a point where I was like, cut it off. And he was like, we'll do more. We can do more. And I was like, he's like, we're going to change the material, use a different kind of metal.
Yeah.
It's got a 30% more chance of getting rid of the infection.
Yeah.
He's like, but there's one catch. What's that? I started thinking about like, maybe I'll do one more. Like, what's the catch? He goes, you won't be able to bend your leg. I was like, bro, get out of here, bro. Cut it off, lad. What do you mean? It's not even the leg, bro. I'd rather have a prosthetic. Yeah.
So Pele, was that the hardest decision you made?
It was easy.
That was an easy decision. Cut my leg off.
Yeah. I said, nah, I'm done. I prayed about it. You know what I mean? It's like, if that's what's keeping me here, mind you, there's so much surgeries, I can't even walk. It's just always in a brace. It's always healing and then another one. Healing, another one. So I was on crutches for years, wheelchairs, and I was just like, get rid of it. I need to have a normal life. Like my surgeon, I met him at 19, 20, and I was turning like 25 or something.
And you were still in that situation.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, why have I known you for this long? Why have I seen you every month? Like, if that's the issue, then.
Bro, there's a real maturity around your reflection. And I guess, it's been forced by what you've had to go through. But to be able to sort of look at that situation and make that, I'll call it a hard decision. If I draw the analogy in life, but also in business, there are many businesses that have all sorts of problems and difficulties, business owners that go for years struggling with cash flow or struggling to pull a team together that gels and has a good culture, or struggling in the market that they're in. But rather than face the reality of it, they allow it to go on and on, right? And, what you've just taken us through with your experience and reaching that threshold of saying, well, no more, cut it off. Wow. Right. Like that's the kind of pinnacle of self-accountability, I reckon, if I want to put it that way, right? Because you're just saying, well, this is my situation, I need to deal with it, regardless of what advice I'm getting. You sort of percolated all of that and made a call.
Yeah.
Was it the right call?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's such a juxtaposition because people see visually and naturally the human is, oh my gosh, are you okay? And they're like, oh, are you all right? Like, how was it? Bro, my life's never been better. I was a bonehead when I had 2 legs, bro. Yeah, see you later to that guy, bro. Like, I was just doing a bunch of stupid things. You know what I mean? And this is how I came to Christ. This opened a door for me to see life and mature myself. A lot of the boys I grew up, went through a lot of things that, that I probably would have been down as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this kind of straightened me up. Like, wake up. Life is so short. Can't be doing that.
Yeah.
You got a lot of life to live.
Yeah.
You got to make the most of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, honestly, I tell people the best thing that happened.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. And either have direction or speed. Which one do you want?
Yeah.
So give me direction.
But direction. It occurs to me that you took your own direction. You took control to a degree.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way, or do you feel that there's a higher power in your God helping you with that?
Yeah, I believe God has a plan for us. It's up to us whether we're going to walk it or not. But yeah, like a lot of these things, not that I'm so amazing or anything, but a lot of these things I just made my own way, because one of our slogans is audacity to dream.
Yeah, so this is a movement that you've started up recently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So we've recently, me and my partner, started our own support work company called Dare to Adapt.
Dare to adapt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And obviously that whole story is just the epitome of what it stands by. Plus the other side of why we started is my little brother had cerebral palsy.
Right.
My little brother Maxwell, he passed away when he was 6 or 7.
Did he?
Yeah. And I feel like that kind of planted a seed a long time ago. Of one day I kind of want to help in that space.
Yeah.
And then obviously went through my own situation. So we put them two together and it's like, what can I do with it? What do I want to do? And this is what I've chosen to do with my partner. And one of those things is audacity to dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to make our own ways, because no one's going to make it for you.
Yeah.
You can either sit around. The whole reason I started, obviously my story, I sat around and I chose laziness, sleeping in, alcohol, all these stupid things, because I didn't want to accept what was going on, fully. And then once I accepted it and then just figured out what I want to do from here,
Yes.
we just started to move. I've had met so much people in clinics, hospitals, even in public passing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you do with your life now? Like, what have you been up to? What's your situation? Oh, I just stay home. Like, oh, okay. Work or anything? Nah. Do you drive? No. What do you do? Like, oh, nothing. Like, why is that? Like, oh, I lost my leg. It's like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
In a loving way, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
brother, I get all of that, 100%. I'm with you, bro. But where in life does it say joy and happiness is dependent on how much limbs you have?
Yeah.
Whether you can walk or not. Like, you won't find that anywhere, and it's because that's not the prerequisite for happiness and joy. Like, walk in your purpose, bro. Like, get up, have a dig, come. That's the whole reason I started building this community.
Yes.
When you look at support work and life with a disability, which is natural.
Yeah.
It's a very soft undertone of kind of babying them.
Well, is it the word support?
Yeah.
Is a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not an assertive or active word necessarily.
Yeah.
It's like a cushion.
Naturally, everyone has that very soft undertone.
Yeah.
And there's 100 of NDIS businesses everywhere.
There's a lot.
It's flooded. It's overcrowded. And all of them they lean on that side. On the, let me do this for you. Let me do this for you.
Yeah.
And we're on the other side of the coin. We're like, what can you do? If you can do it, I'm not doing it. I will cheer you on to do it, but I'm not going to do it for you. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have a support worker, what, you're going to not do anything? It's like, no, let's see, what do you want to do first of all?
Yeah.
And let's sit down and make a plan, and we're just going to attack. If you want to go to the movies and bowling every day, there's 100 companies for that. Yeah. Not to say that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's there 100%. But that without this side is dangerous, because that's what, like I was saying in one of my other videos, that mindset will cripple you more than your physical. So if you can build that mind up and have both sides, where you can go movies if you want, but also after the movies, we're going to go train. Or after the movies, we're going to start practicing how to get your license.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After bowling, we can also start, I don't know, pushing in your wheelchair. Let's just practice putting on your own shirt today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just going to be a bunch of things that cater to one thing that you need, but you also need the other side. And that's what we're really building and pushing.
So where's that business up to? Tell me about it.
We literally just started. I just mind you, I don't know what I'm doing half of the time. But like I said, I'm just dreaming and I'm going. What did I need when I was in that position?
Yeah.
I needed mentorship. I needed support. You know what I mean? All different kind of support.
Yeah.
I needed a community. Right now, there's not really a community. There's just, if you went to, especially in the fitness side of things, if you went to 50 gyms today, you would probably see, if you're lucky, 5 people with disabilities.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier, it is very hard to as a normal person, an able body, to walk in a gym for the first time, how much more harder would it be if you're going in a wheelchair or one leg, with one arm?
Yeah.
It's gonna feel so like scary that you're just not gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
So we're building the space and we're all getting together, and it's like, don't worry about it. Like, we do support work 100%, but if you don't want the support work, that's irrelevant. Come hang out, come be a part of the community.
If you're a person with disability and you're wanting to get in touch to find out
Yeah.
what this is all about, what the movement's all about, what your business is all about, who are the
Yeah.
people that you want to connect with?
Yep. So a big thing with support companies in general, they want whoever they can get, whilst delivering, half,
Yeah.
results. But for me, we're looking for a certain mindset. So any disability, but we're looking for a mindset. Someone who's ready to get up and put the work in. We don't care where you are in your journey. We're going to meet you there, and we're going to help push you to your limits. But if he is ready, the physical is easy. Physical is easy to put the work in. That's easy. The other part of showing up, no matter, where the starting looks like, you can do it. And we're so heavy on it because I remember what it was like. I used to isolate myself and hide away. I used to hate going in public. Everyone stares.
Yes.
And it just kept me in a place where there was no growth at all, because I was like, I choose comfort. But really the comfort is false because you're not growing. So how can there be comfort? You know what I mean? So I'm really big on, like, we're going to push you. And another big reason why is my brother got himself in situations, but when he come out, he was just like, what happened to you, bro? I was like, what do you mean? Like, bro, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be walking in at that weight. Like, bro, you got one knee. What do you think's going to happen? You're 17 times amputees more likely to have arthritis in their good side because they're so favored on it. And he was like, bro, you need to get on top of that. Like, come meet me at the gym every morning. We're going to meet here 6 a.m. It's like, I'll do the rest, but you got to show up. That's not acceptable. You know what I mean? And it's the same principle. Just because you're in a chair, we're going to sugarcoat it. Like, nah, bro, you want that great life? It's going to take a lot of great work. We're looking for that mindset.
So mindset where you're prepared to show up and you're prepared to be vulnerable.
That's it. Be
and
vulnerable.
work. Yeah.
100%.
Yep. The same mindset is true for business owners. If you want to be successful,
yeah,
there's a couple of key things to focus on, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You can't change if you're not being accountable for the things that are crippling you. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, bring that out to the open. You're safe here.
Yeah.
There ain't no one going to laugh at you or judge you.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah. And we're all trying to improve together.
100%.
Yeah. I've been to one of your sessions at the yard at St. Mary's.
Yeah. Shout out to the yard, St. Mary's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A little bit of merchandising here.
Yeah. Shout out to the team, Pom and Cat.
Pom and Cat. So they do a great job there, right? So,
they're amazing.
So
honestly.
tell me what you're doing, though, there in building that community.
Yeah. So the way it started is I just came up with a concept on grabbing attention, but also showcasing life with a disability, suffocating excuses. So I just approached them and said, hey, listen, I'm going to do an 8-week challenge. Me and a good friend of mine, Maddie. Shout out to Maddie.
Yeah.
Big love to Maddie. Said our whole goal is to encourage people to pursue fitness despite living with a disability.
Yeah. And
the first 2 excuses we come through, which is the main excuses, is my physical disability. I'm in a wheelchair. And then Maddie's in a wheelchair, incomplete paraplegic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got one leg. We all have our disabilities. Like, so we're going to suffocate that straight away. Like, we're doing it. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the other side is money. So it's just like, all right, so if I go and do it for no money, is that going to show you that you can do it with no money? So we went to different shops.
Businesses.
Yeah, different businesses. So we got the yard, gym.
Yeah, I've been to one of your sessions at the yard at St. Mary's.
Yeah, shout out to the yard, St. Mary's.
Yeah, oh yeah. A little bit of merchandising here.
Yeah. Shout out to the team, Pom and Cat.
Pom and Cat. So they do a great job there, right? So,
they're amazing.
So
honestly.
Tell me what you're doing, though, there in building that community.
Yeah, so the way it started is I just came up with a concept on grabbing attention, but also showcasing life with a disability, suffocating excuses. So I just approached them and said, hey, listen, I'm going to do an 8-week challenge. Me and a good friend of mine, Maddie. Shout out to Maddie.
Yeah.
Big love to Maddie. Said our whole goal is to encourage people to pursue fitness despite living with a disability.
Yeah.
And the first two excuses we come through, which is the main excuses, is my physical disability. I'm in a wheelchair. And then Maddie's in a wheelchair, incomplete paraplegic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got one leg. We all have our disabilities. Like, so we're going to suffocate that straight away. Like, we're doing it. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the other side is money. So it's just like, all right, so if I go and do it for no money, is that going to show you that you can do it with no money? So we went to different shops.
Businesses.
Yeah, different businesses. So we got the Yard Gym St. Mary's facilitating all our training. We got Enhanced Nutrition in St. Mary's. They're taking care of all our supplements. Reset by Steen and Penrith, all our recovery.
Yeah.
Nazar's Butcher in the Ponds, all
Oh,
our
yeah.
meat.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're just trying to really show everyone, like, bro, life is sweet. You just got to make a way. You can't just sit around and wait. You know what I mean? But for those who aren't at that place mentally, like, we're going to do it, as they say, monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
We're just going to put it in front of you constantly. Like, we're going to get into more charity work as well. But we're very early in the business. Obviously, I don't really know what I'm doing, but right now we're focusing on the pillar of community.
Yeah.
We're running group adaptive sessions every fortnight at the Yard Gym St. Mary's.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. We got paraplegics, quadriplegics, guys with one arm, guys with one leg. We had just all different. They're all coming in.
Yeah.
One of the boys, he's from Revesby. Shout out to Grant. I told him to come train just on a random session. He come down. Oh, you were there that day.
He's a Hyrox dude.
Yeah. Grant. So he come down and me, him, and Maddie trained. Maddie's in a wheelchair as well. And then after, I was like, wow, that was cool. And he's like, he was just so happy. And I said, when's the last time you trained with someone in a wheelchair? He's like, I've never. I was like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pele? Like,
It is.
you're creating an environment that hasn't happened, right?
Yeah.
But how does it feel to be training with people that've got disability that want to actually dare to dream?
It's honestly, this is the first time I've woken up happy to go to work.
That's lovely.
You know what I mean? I've done the recruitment consulting, work in the bank, construction,
Yeah.
office stuff. Yeah. And it's just like, this is the first time I wake up and I'm happy. And I feel like I'm walking in purpose.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling to see. The best feeling about when we do these group sessions is after the session. Everyone's talking and you see there's a certain smile that you won't see unless they're in a specific, heart posture or mindset.
Yes.
Like these boys, mind you, it gets very lonely and everyone's in different places in their journey.
Yeah.
But it can be very isolating when you get in a car crash, your legs are gone, or you're in a wheelchair and you just stay home and it's like, you go in public, it's like no one looks like me. I don't know anyone else that wants to do what I'm doing. I don't even know what to do. And then they stumble across what we're doing and they come in and you see them come out of their shell.
I want to pick up on that loneliness issue.
Yeah.
Because I can only imagine what that would have been like.
Yeah.
At times, for you, for instance, given your journey, sitting there in hospital after treatment, looking at the ceiling, wondering, what should I do, for instance? For business owners, in any stage of business, no matter how big or small the business, there are times that it's very lonely.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's an expectation on a business owner that they should be running a successful business.
Yeah.
Why isn't it working? Right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give business owner or an individual with a disability to deal with the loneliness?
For me, I always had, obviously God, but I had a very strong family. Very, very strong. Like the mountains I had to climb was just like, bro, what's going on? But my family is always at the bottom.
Yeah.
Here's your backpack. Here's your shoes. You need these
now,
kind of
come
shoes.
On, like, go.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to do it, but we're going to make sure you got everything you're equipped to go on this journey.
Yeah.
But you have to walk up it. And then the other side is your vision. If you can still see it, you gotta shoot for it at all times. Even when you're lonely, a lot of times. Because you have to remember, bro, like what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
You have to have so much audacity to dream for these kind of things. Because there's someone coming in wearing a prosthetic leg 2 eye surgeries, went half blind. I lost a lot of hearing through chemo.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I'm going to be your support worker. You know what I mean? It's like, get a load of this guy, bro. You know what I mean?
Is he really up to it?
Yeah, 100%. But it's like, bro, I've been through the mountains.
I know what it's like. Hey?
100%. It's like, I know what it's like. But I'm on the other side of that, bro. And you can get here.
Yeah.
You know, I can help as much as I can, but you got to do the work. If the willingness is there and the vision is there, it's game time. But you have to always be able to see it. It doesn't matter if the people around you can't see it, as long as you can see it. You know what I mean? Don't let go of that.
But Pele, that vision thing.
Yeah.
And you telling me about the way you dream even now as a child.
Yeah.
Like the world is such and the business world is such that it seems to restrict our vision and our dreams, right? What do you do to nurture yourself inside to keep that fire alight? Or is it just you, the way you're like, because I do think, you know, I see business owners, right? And the first 5 years, the vision's clear, or it seems to be clear, and they're just going for it, right? Yeah. Bulletproof, right? And then suddenly they come up with cash flow issues. Or suddenly they lose a big contract and everything goes to custard.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it's like hands over head, you know, vision's gone, day to day, firefighting, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, how do you pick yourself out of that? Like,
I think if I stay grounded in my foundation, obviously my faith, my family, my health, when things get hard, things get very hard. You know what it's like. And it just almost seems like you're being an imposter. Yeah. Like, you're not supposed to be. Like, you just willed yourself in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Same thing when you made Roosters. You didn't deserve to be there. You just rocked up and made it for some reason.
Yeah.
And that stuff does come. But I still go back to have my faith. Yeah. My family, my health. I'm not in the hospital. I'm not doing chemo. All right. Can you still see the vision? Yeah. My family love me? Yeah. So what's the issue? It's like, if the issue is we've got to throw in the towel. If that is throw in the towel, like, who cares? I'm not going back to the hospital after I make that choice. You know what I mean? It's like, if you want to go on with it, stop complaining, get up and go.
Pretty simple, straightforward, but pretty important advice, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, but unpacking it a little bit, I get the sense of, well, bugger it, I'm happy to be vulnerable. I'm happy to make a hard decision. Yes, I got an ego, but I'm smarter than letting my ego run my life. Yeah.
Yeah. That first 5 years, you feel bulletproof and stuff. I think it's me understanding that I'm not bulletproof. It's like, what can I handle if I take that next step? You know what I mean? If it's too much, heal a little bit and go again. You know what I mean? But I'm not the way my ego can tell me I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make all these sacrifices. Like, you got to take everything to account before you take your next step. I think it's just understanding what's going to hurt me and what's going to really hurt me. What sacrifices can I make and I'll be happy with? And what sacrifices am I going to make that I'm going to regret?
I really love the stuff you're taking us through, Pele, because I value and give advice to a range of businesses, right? From their early days through to 20, 30. I was in a business the other day that's been around for 145 years. I can tell you I haven't quite been around that long. Wow. But and it doesn't matter how old and how developed they are. The issues around driving performance and changing the business are still there. But at the root of those issues is understanding the owner or founder's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And also those of the business that they've created or are, nurturing. And I mean, I think you've sort of indicated to us that you spent a bit of time figuring out your strengths and weaknesses.
100%.
I think it's refreshing, and I think any business owner listening to this needs to take note, because the more you know yourself and the more you know your business, you can then make very valid choices, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't know, then you really, it's like a roulette wheel.
Yeah.
It might pop up and be good for you, but it may not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was to ask you what your you personally, what your 3 key strengths are, having been on the journey you've been on, what would you say they are? Yeah?
Besides my faith, I'll say I have that like dreaming like a kid.
Yeah.
I love that I still have that. A lot of people relate to that, especially business owners. Um, Especially if you come up from broken homes,
Yes.
you got to dream yourself into a good life. You know what I
I
mean? And
love
the
that.
same
I
thing
love that.
when you're doing. For me, obviously, I'm super early in the business, but when it feels like it's not working,
Yeah.
you got to dream yourself into. You know what I mean? No, it's sweet, bro. Like this is how it's supposed to be. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
really
yeah.
have that imagination. Second thing, maybe empathy,
Yeah.
understanding.
But also, I think, I don't know, don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're a bit of a reality checker, I think.
Yeah, I would say the accountability, but like mentally. But I'm trying to work on the other side, putting the action in, because I can identify the issues now with myself
Yes.
that I'm coming short on.
Yes.
Now the other side of that is just like,
Okay, what
call
action
it
am I
out.
going to take
Yeah,
to resolve these and get them in place, right?
yeah,
So the ideas and the issues are one thing, but the delivery, the
yeah.
actions are another.
Executing is what I
Yeah.
have trouble with.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you the weaknesses, right?
Yeah,
The challenges.
yeah,
So one of those is that delivery issue, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
I think in the hospital there was so much isolation that there's always this piece of me that's like, do. We might go back to the hospital, bro. Like, and then I just have these monster goals, which is good to have, but not in regards to unplanned. If everything is all over the place,
Yes.
and then I become unorganized, and then I fall behind on deadlines.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm trying to really get organized,
Yes.
and then have the patience to be like, no, we can do that. Just let's take care of this first,
Yeah.
instead of having that like, because at the end of the day, it comes from a place of deficit almost. Like, oh, we're behind. But we're not behind. We just had to do that, have this part of our journey.
So is that about setting expectations within yourself, but also priorities, right?
Yeah.
And staging and sort of incrementally thinking
Yeah.
about how to move things forward.
Yeah, because my partner helps me, helps combat that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always have always have trouble with like, it's not enough. It's not enough. Like if I go back to the hospital tomorrow, I'm gonna be so annoyed. And I know I shouldn't think like that, but naturally you have that in the back of my head, like I know how short life can be. I know how quick it can change.
Is that part of what motivates you though, bro? Like the fact that, I'm here and I'm lucky to be here.
Like we might not have this opportunity.
Yeah.
This opportunity will not come again. So we've got to make the most of it, and then I have those experiences when I was telling you about.
Yes.
The girl passing in the hospital.
Yeah.
The 10-year-old with chemo. I don't know what happened to her. Then we have my little brother Maxwell that passed away. And it's just the whole drive, like a big part of the drive is like building a world for Maxwell. Because when I look at this is why like our support is a bit different, because it's fully like we treat you like you're my little brother.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's a very good care. And it's just like, what can I build if Maxwell was still here? I would be happy for him to be in. What kind of community? And then now that we're building this stuff, it just feels so good. And even to have other people with cerebral palsy come in, and I always have that little connection, like, bro.
That's special, right? But
yeah,
one of the key elements of a really strong business, and when we value a business, we find this, is a business that it's like an internal engine fire that drives continuous improvement.
Mm.
And so, and that improvement it's not big strides. It might be occasionally, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But sometimes it's measured in millimeters,
Increments,
right? Increments. But when you're talking about your business
Yeah.
and treating your clients like they're part of the family,
Yeah.
I mean, families and often family businesses are places where you don't just support your brothers and sisters, you challenge them,
Yeah.
you develop them,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
There's that interplay.
Yeah.
And so I think it's quite unique what you're trying to do in the disability support sector
Yeah.
to build that dynamic, because as you say, it's not the norm. There's a lot of very legitimate businesses. We've valued a number of them.
Yeah.
But they tend to only provide the support element. Right.
Yeah.
And the mark of a valuable business and the mark of a valuable person, in my view, is that it has that internal mechanism to continuously improve. Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
100%. A lot of these companies, man, and it's hard to speak on because you don't want to be negative, but at the same time, you got to call it out. And there's so much companies just going to anyone like, yeah, come, taking the funding, and their life stays the same.
Yeah.
It's like we met people that's like, you've been 4 years with this place. You don't have your license. You don't have routine. You know what I mean? Your goals aren't getting met. It's like you're in the exact same space, but they're taking all your funding from you. And it's like, that's not fair because he's vulnerable.
Yes.
And people take advantage of the vulnerable. And to me, it gets hard because, like I said, I always keep in mind, you know, if that was my little brother, it's like, that's not right, bro.
Yeah.
You know, shame on you for that. I don't know how you sleep at night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, there's a lot of money to make, but the deliver on what you're supposed to deliver, change their lives.
Yeah.
The smallest things help them learn how to cook by themselves.
Yeah.
Help them with this independency. A lot of these companies, they overdo to keep you with them.
Yeah.
You know, the less independent, the more they'll need support work, the more money they make. I told, you know, people I work with, like, bro, I don't know how long it will take, but we're going to push you. And when you're ready to do your own thing, bro, do your own thing. Go spread your wings and fly. But you're not, and I'm not talking to people that obviously, some people are going to need support for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And that's fine too.
Yeah.
But how much independency can we get you? You know what I mean? What's the peak? And
I'm excited about this business that you're embarking on.
100%. It's just a blessing, bro. It's amazing. We're running the group adaptive sessions at the Yard Gym St. Mary's. Our next venture is we're taking an adaptive team to High Rocks, Melbourne.
I hear about this.
Yeah, so we're taking, I think, 6 to 8 athletes.
Yeah.
Adaptive athletes.
Yeah.
We're gonna at the moment we can only cover their entry fee.
Right.
Because obviously we're fresh into this, but it's a big part why I wanted to come on the podcast as well, was trying to get some sponsorships.
Yeah, so if business people want to get involved in supporting that High Rocks mission for Melbourne, or any of your Audacity to Dream programs, how do they go about that?
Yeah, so just at the moment we only got Instagram. I know it's not good, but Dare to Adapt on Instagram. Obviously, the biggest part of this is to show. We can talk all we want, but until we actually, they say the best message is the one lived. That's what we're doing. We're trying to show people your life is not over.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just different. You can have the same amount of success, same joy, same happiness. It just looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if we can encourage people, obviously we use fitness as a big pillar, stepping stone to build your self-confidence. And after the confidence, then you learn how to push the envelope more and more, help grow that confidence, because fitness is a good reflection on results. Like, you got these results because you probably haven't been doing this. So it's a good gauge on like how hard you're working, getting reward for your effort. And that's going to help, obviously, repetition, build your confidence. So we're using that to really build it. We're going to do a lot of storytelling with all these athletes, showcase everything, and then hopefully that helps with the community and the whole perception of getting people to open up their mind.
I love that. You're dropping some gems there. Like, in terms of business people, one of the things we try and do with our clients is, most of them are astute business people. right? They know pretty much what they need to do. They're like
Yeah.
you talking about, what you're trying to do in business.
Yeah.
You know what you're trying to deliver. You can see the opportunity and what adds value, right?
Yeah.
But what we try and do with numbers and analysis and an external independent view is just help with the confidence to make a decision, right? We don't make the decision and we don't come up with all the guts, but sometimes you need that little bit of extra push or convincing that it's worthwhile taking a risk, right?
Yeah.
In business and in life.
Yeah.
That confidence thing, we shouldn't underestimate that. It's so important
100%.
in making really sound decisions. And sometimes you mentioned before the sort of play between the dreams and the ideas and the issues, and then the delivery and the actions.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes it's the confidence thing that gets in the road there. Right.
100%.
And so, I've loved hearing how you're traversing that whole place, because for any business owner, it's critical. And the better you can know yourself as a business owner, the more chance you've got of running a successful outfit.
Yeah.
And building a successful team. I'm pretty keen to see you guys at Hyrox, yeah?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We're just getting athletes together. It's so cool to give them as well like a goal to work towards, but those goals that scare you, you know what I mean? Because we have the goals like, cook by yourself, shop by yourself, and all that. But we've got to have those ones that like, all right, I've got to be out of my mind to go for that.
Yeah.
It's like, you might have to. But you know what I mean? It's exciting. It's scary for a reason.
Did you ever think you'd be running big paces with this special ability that you've now got?
I think gradually. I feel like I knew, but I let my circumstances start cramping in again.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the first time I wore this leg, 2019 maybe, learn how to walk. Man, I was like, there's no way I'll be able to walk. Because I started walking on the first, it's like a door hinge pretty much.
Yeah.
So you have to do all the work. This one has a microprocessor knee. So it can read when you're walking, when slowing down, speeding up, uphill, downhill.
Yeah.
And it was just, but I feel like over time, the more I started doing the small things, the push-ups in the morning, and then going to the gym again, the more I started building my confidence into a point where it's like, I'm shooting for it.
But learning to walk again, was that like climbing Mount Everest? I mean, was it
100%?
Was there times when you thought, I don't know whether I've got the resilience and persistence to do this?
For the longest time.
Yeah.
Because you're trusting something that's not connected to you. You're trusting something you can't feel, and you haven't been down that road. And it's like the same thing. You got to trust the science of what you're using. Like you got to trust the science of doing a push-up every day is going to make me strong. You know what I mean? So once I understood the way the knee actually worked, but I ended up, because I was on crutches for years.
Yeah.
For like 4 years, whatever. So I couldn't let go of the crutches. They're like, you're not going to learn if you keep holding onto the crutches. One day I broke my crutches and my cousins were like 5 minutes away. I already called them. They drove from like half an hour to take me to dinner.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, what am I going to do? And I literally just held my cousin's shoulders. By the end of the night, I was walking.
Really?
Yeah. And then I just never used crutches after that.
So you've got a relationship with this leg now. You know it pretty well, right?
Yeah.
But it took some time to get to know it.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's a great analogy, right?
Yeah.
Unless you know your business and you know the insides out of your business, you won't trust your decisions.
100%.
And you won't improve, right?
Everything's second guessing.
Yeah, it is. But the minute you get to know it and get to understand it intimately, you throw away the crutches and away you go.
Second nature.
Eh?
Second nature now.
Yeah.
But even the first knee I had was just a government first door hinge kind of knee.
Yeah.
And I had to learn
Door.
legit, you know, the Nepean River?
Yeah.
The first time I'd done it,
Oh,
I was
no,
like,
well, I love it.
yeah, I was like 130 kilos. It took me 3 hours to finish that.
Bro, really?
And I was struggling. I was in bed for a week after that.
Yeah.
But because then I upgraded to the knee, the fitness came like more into play. And then I got this microprocessor knee. But then I'll try the running blade, right?
Yes, I've seen
So
it.
I tried the running blade. As soon as I put it on, I could run. Usually it takes people a while to understand the physics of the knee, the science of the knee. But because I learned it was the same hinge from the first leg,
Yeah.
as soon as I put it on, I just knew like, oh, I know what I'm doing. They were like, bro, are you all right? And I was like, take me outside. It's running around.
How did that feel, bro?
Oh, it was the best. But like, because I done that step 1, in step 20, I needed what I used in step 1.
Yeah.
It was so fluent.
Yes.
But that feeling was so good because I would have dreams, mind you, from when I was 20 all the way till now. I'm 32. I would have dreams of me running. And like, you know how dreams get sometimes?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
just feel the wind and I'm like the fastest in the world and I wake up and I'm like, oh, bro. I'm like, bro, what the hell? I swear this was real. And then when I tried the running blade, went straight to the track and I had that feeling of the dreams,
Yeah.
but I'm awake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the whole purpose of driving as hard as we can, so we don't have to visit those places when our eyes closed. We can actually live in these things. Yeah,
So the dreams become reality.
100%.
Tell me, when do these business owners throughout Sydney
Yeah.
and beyond, when do they need to get in touch by?
ASAP. Guys want to get in contact, Dare to Adapt. We need sponsorships for taking our adaptive team. We're taking 8 athletes down to pay for the flights, accommodation, all that stuff. Whatever doesn't get used, we can send it to charity, or we're going to do High Rocks New Zealand as well.
I think if you're a business owner and you've watched this, Pele has been very generous in giving you some insights about how to be resilient, how to dare to dream, but also deliver, and how to grow and develop your business incrementally, and how to have the strength to understand yourself and your business and make the right decisions. So what a great opportunity to support the lads at High Rocks this year in Melbourne. Please, DM Pele, let him know how much you're prepared to fund to get the boys down there so they can show us their strength and improvement on the field.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Cheers.